Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all listeners here at Sembang Sihat by SihatSihat. Alright, you're with me, Mike Azmin, once again for another session. So today is a bit different. Last time we had like a workout guru, then we had like guys from like singers and artists. But today is a bit different, okay? And guys, this is not a hate, okay? Don't hate on this, okay? Don't hate on this topic, alright? So today I have a very special guy from AIA Insurance. I know everyone's thinking like, alamak, budak insurance ke? Tak ada. No. Alright, I know this guy before. He's done very well for himself in the finance and insurance field. Alright, I would like to introduce you guys Ikmal Icky Nasir, District Business Manager.
District Manager.
Sorry, tersasul pula. Sorry bro.
Awesome.
I gotta work out my opening sikit lagi lah. Tapi terima kasih lah, okay? So, guys, this is Ikmal Icky Nasir. We all call him Icky lah, okay, back in the day. So, bro, just give us an info, like, who you are and what you do, and like, just simple background stuff ah.
Alright, what's up guys? Nice to be here. Thanks for having me, Mike.
Thanks for coming.
My name is Ikmal Nasir. People call me Icky, and I am a district manager with AIA Malaysia. I was promoted to district manager last year and as the youngest Bumi Putra district manager in AIA. And so if you guys don't know, basically insurance career, there are the three big levels lah. Okay. There's the agent, there's the unit manager, district manager. And so it basically shows that I'm serious about this business.
Yeah, I mean like, jarang but like, you hear like people reaching from like, you see like, reach the end goal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a long journey, bro, actually. And like, wait, you're like 35, right? 35,
I
36.
am turning 35 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Like COVID year doesn't count, right? So I'm basically.
We can wish lah. COVID doesn't count, and unfortunately, 2 years of that is like just gone. Yeah. So like macam.
So I mean, this is actually my 6th year in the business.
Oh.
Yeah. 6 years in this business. I started my job in my career as a banker. I was in CIMB. For almost 5 years juga. Then I had to actually move to Penang because my wife had a family business to run. So I mean, I've always been like this career guy who wants to climb the corporate ladder, wants to do all of that. In fact, before I decided to move to Penang, I even got job offers in different banks. But suddenly, I don't want to be a weekend husband. So I go to Penang. It's like, apalah aku nak buat kat Penang, So I was looking around and I found this role in this insurance company lah, business development to manage the northern region over there. So I had to deal with training new agents. I had to do the recruitments, give awards, stuff like that. That's how I got into the insurance industry. If not, I wouldn't even know it at all. Wow. Right.
Okay, so basically, you stumbled upon this.
Yeah, it was a job for me, right? It was a business development job. So I was trying to figure out something that makes sense in my CV. From like a banker, suddenly nak buat apa kat sana kat Penang kan. So I did that stuff and then I fell in love with it, right? And so I was dealing with agents directly, dealing with their managers, how to develop their agencies. So I fell in love with the whole thing. And that's when I decided to quit my job, do it full time lah. So long story short, now 6 years later, I'm here lah.
Wait, it's only been 6 years
It's only been 6 years, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
It feels much faster than that.
Yeah,
lah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like because I haven't seen you since oh my god, Raya,
it's been a while,
Raya lah, once upon a time lah, okay?
Yeah.
So like, how is it that you started in banking, right? So I'm like, how did you make that transition? Apa beza banking and insurance? Setengah orang like they don't know, they don't see the difference between like banking and insurance. Oh, it's all about taking money or making money. It's like it's not true, but just give us an explanation of the differences between your job during your time in banking and then in insurance.
First off, that's the very general thing is insurance banking. Padahal like people sometimes forget that in these big organizations, there's like very specific roles, which is not different sangat pun. Because in CMB, I was in brand and comms.
Alright.
So I was dealing with things like billboards and then like print ads, TVCs.
So basically mass comm stuff
Yeah, stuff like that. So if you go to the branches, I used to do their collaterals, things like that. And so nak cakap banking pun tak adalah banking sangat. Of course, I had to understand the banking products in order to market it well. But my role was very much in, I guess, sort of advertising, marketing, branding, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
That's always been my thing, something that I was interested in. Tapi in a bank. And sometimes people forget that, if you have those passion, doesn't mean that you work in a bank and you have to do like math stuff and stuff. And you can do stuff that you like, but in the context of a different organization.
Okay. So, basically you did not handle like the typical banking stuff lah, macam like jadi teller ke or
no, yeah, none of that. I was not in a branch, I was in the HQ, KL Central, Menara CIMB, yeah.
Oh wow, nice. So it's basically you were doing like what you studied because you did mass comm kan?
I did not. I did international business and marketing. in Monash. Yeah.
Okay, Monash.
Yeah.
That was in 2012.
That was, I don't know. When I don't even remember, man. It's been a while.
Saju tu. So is that where you met your wife? By the way, in
Yeah,
Monash?
yeah. I met my wife there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just a back story. So how is it? Yeah, macam like you did like mostly advertising stuff lah. Let's keep it simple.
Right.
You did advertising for banking. So does any of those qualities like the skills for advertising masuk to insurance? Like how did was there like a skill yang kau ambil daripada bank punya tu kau masukkan to insurance?
Actually, I learned so much in that role, and it was so relevant to what I'm doing right now. So, I mean, for people who don't know, I mean, insurance agents, right? We are basically sort of like licensee, if you can think about it, or like franchisee, sort of, to the insurance company. So, we're not employees. So, when we do this, it's our own business. So, this is my business. Like our agency, Catalyst, right? Catalyst Group Malaysia. That's my agency. That's my team. So, when we want to do that, we essentially have to develop our own brand, our own, sound, right? And so, I picked up so much of what I learned over there to be able to develop this. And just like your intro itself already shows perception for a lot of people. Actually, not everyone feels that way about this whole insurance, but there are people who feel that way. And I feel like what it is for me is like I feel like this industry has been disrespected for way too long, when actually what we do is very important, and the information that we have to learn in order to give a good consultation is huge, right? The learning curve is huge, and so what I want to do is to professionalize the industry, to make sure people see that, hello, this is a legit career, and people can do really well over here, and the advice that you get is very important. So long are the days where it's just medical card, that's it. Insurance, medical card, insurance, medical card. Actually, there's so much more to that, right? There's wealth distribution, there's retirement planning, there's all kinds of things, right? So in terms of branding, to relate back to what you asked me, we need to figure out like who do we want to appeal to. Because if not, like if you say insurance agents, sometimes orang kata, oh, I ada business, I ada competition. Dia ni jual kedai makan, I pun kedai makan juga. You adalah competition, tapi at least makanan you lain. When I'm in this field, every other agent basically sells the same product.
Everyone's selling McDonald's.
Yeah, so everybody's selling the same product, right? So when people say competition, like this is straight up competition because we sell the same products, but it's not really competition because we're speaking to different audiences. Yeah. I know exactly who I want to appeal to, right? The team members that we have on board in Catalyst, typically from a professional background. We have an investment banker of 9 years. We have like an architect of 10 years dulu. Kita ada engineers. Kita ada someone in oil and gas 12 years, making almost 20K already. So we have people from that background who's looking for a transition. And so if you look at it in the space of like insurance, banking, whatever kan, you might lose sight of the niches that exist in between. Yep. Right, so that's what we try to do. We offer a lot of corporate solutions to companies like employee benefits kan. Diorang punya staff kan kena ada insurance. Yeah. That's the stuff we do as well. And so with that, the branding, the marketing, the advertising side helps me to position myself in this field to cater to exactly who we want to speak to.
Okay. Right. So kalau macam like when it comes to like the agent part, like I mean, everyone has to start at the bottom. Right. So like macam, what does it take to get to your level? Like the mental fortitude or the determination ke apa, and like what does it take to get to that level? Like what do you need? What are the requirements to achieve district manager? Right. And also explain to us later lah macam what
does it even mean?
Yeah, what does it even mean? Like macam like daerah apa, macam like daerah.
It's just a name. Like different insurance companies, they have different names. They have like group manager, district manager, whatever. But for AIA, they call it district manager. Basically, it's the highest level. Like Bank Negara recognizes 3 levels lah. Okay. Agent, unit manager, district manager, but they might call it differently. Okay. Good question. What it takes, right? I feel like, because, you can imagine in my field, the turnover rate is high, right? People come in and go in the industry all the time, right? That's why we focus a lot on full-timers, because we want people to have the time to upskill to be able to be a good, advisor to someone, right? And so what it takes, I feel, that is lacking is the belief in the field in the first place. So a lot of people might come here because of the flashy things. They hear some kind of program because, for example, right now, like there's a program that gives you 9,000 ringgit a month by submitting 4 cases. You submit 4 cases a month, you get 9,000 ringgit. Okay. All right. And so like someone might hear that like, wow, that's insane. I want to do that, right? And you come in, which is great, the money and all that. But if you don't really believe in what you're doing, if you don't really feel like what you're doing is important, you don't really want to understand what it's about, you're not going to make it. Yep. Yeah, I've seen that happen all the time. Sometimes some people look good on paper. They're like, wow, this guy gonna be a great agent, dia ni kenal ramai orang, dia punya networking pun power, semua benda kan. But they don't make it because they cannot get over the fact that I'm an insurance agent.
There's a stigma behind
It's
it
like,
somehow.
I'm too good for this.
Yeah.
You know, like, come
I'm
on.
above this.
I'm just like, by the way, doing this insurance thing, but how I'm actually cool. Please trust me, guys. Like people don't embody that role very well. And if you don't embody the role, you're not going to make it.
Understood.
This is how I feel. And so that's why, like, even though, I mean, you know me from before, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you guys don't know, like, my aspiration graduating was to spend the next year to record a rap album. I wanted to be a rapper, right? So you can see how far I strayed away from that to a bank and then to eventually doing insurance. But you don't have to lose your identity just because you want to do something that appears dry in the eyes of the public.
Yep.
Right? You can just make it your own. So
Fair enough.
I feel like you got to believe in what you're trying to do.
Okay. But back to the rapping part, I was like, yeah, I still like. For those of you who didn't know, he rapped at his wedding. Just saying.
Actually, that passed on to my brother. My brother ended up being a rapper.
Wow.
My brother is signed to Universal. Ashraf Nasir.
Ashraf Nasir. Oh, congratulations.
So walaupun tak jadi, then
at least someone in the family is doing it.
I live vicariously through my brother lah.
I mean, like, it's a good thing because, like, I mean, like, you know, you keep it real. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you're rocking a business suit, but you're still in sneakers and jeans, and you're still having the cap. I mean, like, biasanya lah, kalau orang jumpa insurance agent, it's either with a shirt dengan like slacks and like completely office attire.
Right,
but like, you keep yourself true. You know what I mean?
But I do dress like this every day though. Like I wear like a jacket every day just to keep it, you know, look presentable. But yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so like, has there been a internal conflict? Like, which I'm like, should I go with this way? Because like I'm in insurance now. But so do you ever like try to like change your appearance to fit the role, if you know what I mean?
I mean, you got to always dress the part lah. It's not like someone who let's say dress casual or hipster ke apa benda kan, dress like that all the time. Like if you go to a wedding, you know, you got to know how to act lah, you know.
I know.
You pakai lah baju Melayu ke, pakai lah batik ke kan. If you go to like a formal dinner for a meeting, so you got to know where you're going, what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So of course, like when I'm presenting to a corporate, I can't be rocking a cap or whatever, right?
Oh, that's sad.
And so, you know, you got to know who you're speaking to because like some of our clients are public listed companies.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're dealing with HR. They want to know that this is people that you can trust. So you got to show up for the occasion lah.
Understood.
But if it's not that, then you just do whatever that you want. You can't expect to just do whatever that you want everywhere. Imagine you show up to your sister's wedding pakai shorts dengan slipper. Kau rasa kakak kau buat apa?
Depends on like how fast you can get out of there lah.
So like there is a certain amount of, it's not so much of like selling out, it's not so much of like not being yourself, it's more a sign of respect. You know, dressing up for the occasion, dressing up for the role is a sign of respect for the other party.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, like, a lot of people don't get that. I mean, like, in a culture, people don't know how to maintain the business side from their personal life. You know, it's like, it's true. We have to carry on as ourselves, but like, you still gotta look the part. All right, so it's like
dressing professionally doesn't mean you're not keeping it real.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, that's the thing. Because like when we grew up, because like look at the time we grew up, right? We grew up in like the 2000s. Like we were taught that you have to look like this suit, this everything. This is success, and we were all drawn to that.
Right.
So it's like when you think about insurance or banking or any corporate side, it's like this is the look, but you changed it, but you still keep it to yourself. You know what I mean? You keep yourself true.
Just respect the whatever occasion that's going on, lah. You know.
I mean,
that's
like,
what I feel. Yeah.
So if just an advice, macam like to advise to young people out there lah. Like,
you mean advice to myself since I'm young?
Nanti itu cerita lain Aduh. So just saying lah, your wife might argue with me on this lah also. Okay. Right. So like to advise to the younger people lah, like those in 2017, like, so what would you advise them, like how do you keep true to yourself but also adjust to the current to the climates that will come,
right?
Because a lot of things will come, like waves and waves. We've been through it. Like there have been so many waves that we like question ourselves, we doubt ourselves. But you, from like, no matter what, this is who I am. At the bottom of everything, this is who I am. As you go on, you add on, but at the root, it's still you. Like, can you have an advice to them, like in that sense?
Not advice lah, but I guess I can share what I say to people, like my team. It actually just happened yesterday as well. Whatever that you do doesn't define who you are, right? I mean, oftentimes people feel like it does. A lot of people feel like their job or their role, their business is them, and so it's like semua bendanya kena macam exactly like that, but it's not. You are more than whatever that you work for, where your company or whatever it is. You have to define who you are first, right? And so like yesterday I had a good question. I had a coaching session with my team members. She's someone who does property. That means she's a real estate negotiator, and she's also now part of my team doing insurance, right? And so she was asking me, how do I appear? How do I go out? Do I tell people, okay, this is property one, this kat sini kan? What is it kan? And so she's like blurring out the products that we sell than her as a person, because people need to know why in the first place you're doing these two things. If you're just like macam, oh, I just nak buat duit tepi ke apa benda ke, people don't really like root for those kind of stuff. But if you have a real reason, for example, like you're doing properties, and then you see that I'm selling houses to people who want a forever home for their family, but then suddenly ni, when they die, everything's gone, and the dream of leaving something for a family is not there anymore. So she realized that, okay, I need to protect them as well, for me to be able to, so like if people know why you're doing it, that's why it makes sense, right? And so no matter what you do, whatever that you're doing too does not define you as a person. If not, how are we going to have people like Richard Branson who have so many different businesses?
Yeah.
If he's just like, oh, I'm an airline guy, I don't do this. Obviously, Richard Branson is Richard Branson, a legend, and he also has all these businesses that he gets into because he wants to. Right, like Tony Fernandez as well, kan?
Like
It's not just Asia, right?
Yeah.
It's because of that. So whoever that you are too is that separately. So the things that matters is your values. What is it that you carry? What is it like a non-negotiable? This has to be like this. I don't take people who are not tak ada integrity ke apa ke. Whoever that you are, values too is non-negotiable. Whatever that you do ni is all just tools to make you money ke, give you happiness ke, give people opportunity to work ke. All that is separate.
Yeah. So basically, would you say like it goes back to your life goals lah? Life goals versus your core values.
Right.
Would you agree to that? I mean, like in a
sense,
sense?
Life goals. What you really believe in. What is it for? Like for me, I know that no matter what, I want to be in a place where there's a community. Like I want to be around people. See, like one thing I learned from rappers. What happened is, dulu my goal was to be able to belanja all of my friends and family, go wherever. That was my goal dulu. Macam kawan-kawan tu ada entourage ke apa belanja. And then I realized that's how rappers go broke, right? Because rappers, they get signed and then they get money, right? And they're like, all right, come guys, let's live like this, right? And so when the money runs out, and then it's all gone. So from there, I changed my goal to, I want to empower the people around me so that they can do well, or develop a tribe of people who are all doing well and financially free, able to take care of their own money again. So that when we go somewhere together, it is not from like, I belanja you ke apa ke kan. It's more like, you're successful, I'm successful, you're successful. Let's all go to Venice next week.
Yep.
Like it's like, hey, you want to go travel here? So it's different. The vibe is completely different. You're not having people around you who's there because you've made it, you got money or whatever. So that's why I love what I do, because it's an actual tool where I can develop a team and tell them that, hey, if you just follow this path, you can get to this point, and then when you get to district manager, we can go to Venice next week. Right?
Okay, so now the goal for you is Venice lah, for some reason.
I mean, whatever, like, it's just a random, because someone just told me Venice like on Saturday, so it just popped up in my head.
You do realize that Venice is gonna go, like, it's drowning, right?
So
literally,
maybe that's why you gotta go quick.
You
gotta go quick, right?
I'm just saying, man. I mean, like, hopefully, I do hope you get to go there in time lah, because I was there once and it was just water around me, so it's a different story. Yeah,
I'd love to go, man.
Yeah, okay. I wish you can. I wish you would. I wish you have the time. You get the chance to do it before it's like completely submerged. So just give me a bit of background into like, how did this passion come to be? Like, macam like the way you talk apa semua, macam like you really care about people, you really care about those around you. Like, where did this passion come from? Because like before this, it's like you focus on your career. Like, I know you, man. You memang career focus. Like macam like one track mind kind of bro. But then suddenly it's like macam like just in 6 years, suddenly it's like macam around us matter. I mean, it could be age lah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, like when you hit your 30s, somehow, ding, there's a whole new window that opens up again. But and just like this passion that you have here, it's like, where did it come from? Like, honestly.
Okay, the thing about me is, I'm a fairly simple guy lah. I'm okay je benda simple pun I dah alright. So like, I actually love my job. I love my first job when I was doing all that kind of stuff. And actually, if it wasn't for my wife, I'd probably still be doing that, still be happy, whatever kan. But one thing that I'm lucky for is that my wife is someone who's always pushed me, whether purposely or not kan. to bring me to completely different situations and destinations. So if it wasn't because she needed to move to Penang, I wouldn't have had to think about, okay, what's going to happen in my career? What do I do kan? So I had to move that accidentally pergi sana. But I'm the guy who, whatever that I do, I always want to do the best. I kiasu in that way lah. Kan, kita nak invest tempat yang paling baik. Nak kerja yang paling baik. I'm like that.
Okay.
I just want to make the most out of it. I want to be a great employee. I want to be respected for what I do. So I did a good job in my first job. I got promoted very quickly, stuff like that kan. So when I went to my second job tu, dekat the insurance company pun, I did great, I was very, very much liked because I was basically working all the time.
Yep.
And at that point, it was like, I moved there to be closer to my wife, but I was working like crazy. I was working all the time and I was taking care of northern region. So I had to like travel to Perlis, travel to Alustar all the time kan. Then stay there 2 nights ke apa benda kan. So rasa macam don't get close to my wife. That we were like not seeing each other a lot kan. And so the next motivation was, how do I get to spend more time with her, right? And so I decided to do this business with the goal of wanting to do that. And so I tried it out, buat this insurance business and stumbled into this and buat macam ni lah. Okay. This is what it is. And then the next goal pula, she's like, I want to live overseas. So I should live overseas. Mana if I go live overseas, if I just go right now, I'll probably have to work in a convenience store or something to support myself, right?
Okay.
Because I mean, they're not going to hire me or whatever kan.
I mean, it depends on where you're going.
Because I want to go to Japan, right? For example, that's one of the countries. So, like, it's going to be an issue. So I was thinking, okay, in order to live somewhere else, I gotta have passive income here, make enough money so that when I go there, I don't have to rely on a job. And so that became my motivation. So that's how I got into like, I went for a property investment course. I learned how to grow money over there. And then I got into different kinds of stuff like, got into crypto, got into other kinds of stuff. Belajar macam tu. Padahal motivation dia ialah financial freedom to bring my wife somewhere else to make her happy. Right? And so she's been a big driver for my life. And sometimes, you might be doing something for reasons that you don't realize yet. But when you get to the point, suddenly you sound like a genius. Kononnya nak pandai. Padahal the truth is, I just followed whatever yang depan mata and I did my best. Tak kisahlah kerja ke apa benda ke, I just did my best.
Also, you're setting a very, very high standard for guys out there tau. Because like, sekarang ni kau dah jadi macam suami Mitali tau. Macam like, semua ni demi bini aku. So right now, it's like...
It's not uncool to love your wives, guys.
No, but now the standard, the bar has gone like from okay kind of thing, it just went to the roof lah. Because like macam now a lot of girls out there are gonna be like, aku nak laki macam dia.
But yeah, I mean, and it's different things for different people. Like some people is their parents,
okay.
Like some people is their kids or whatever kind. Some people just want a better life. But whatever it is, pun is just like don't underestimate your current role. You don't know what you're gonna learn from whatever that you're doing. There's no way that I'm this good or like being able to grow so fast here if it wasn't for my previous roles. And sometimes people just burn bridges. I'm not here anymore. Like blah, quit overnight. Tiba-tiba tak nak bagi apa-apa, tak nak return the laptop, stuff like that, right?
Yep.
So don't burn bridges because it sets the tone of the kind of person that you are. Kita bukan yang nak hidup 5 tahun kita nak hidup 50 tahun, 100 tahun kan. So you don't know who's gonna be there with you 10 years later, 20 years later.
You never know who will come back in a full circle into your life.
Yeah, word.
So thank you so much for your advice, man. Because guys, not all insurance people are bad, okay.
I don't know who you guys be seeing. All my friends are cool.
I think that's the thing because like they hang around you. That's why. No, because like unfortunately, like culturally, I mean, I'm not sure if you had the experience, but. Right. There has been like this cultural stigma around insurances where it's like macam, diorang ni agent semua jual sebab nak duit, nak premium. It's like macam even for me when I did AIA, it was like because I heard about AIA Vitality lah. It's like we'll go into that later lah. Yep. Okay, so do you have like any like experiences like from dealing with like people who say or customers who say that macam kau masuk insurance sebab kau nak duit je? Like,
of course, I mean the thing is like, whatever that you do, you got to make money, guys. I don't know what you're doing if you're not trying to make money, right? I don't know what kind of business you're trying to run if you're not trying to make money.
Exactly.
But sometimes people like give that too much emphasis, like as if that's the most important thing. Like whatever that you're doing to make sure that you like it, you enjoy it, then definitely money will come. And so if you're saying someone, you just nak buat duit saja, it's literally my job. Like what am I doing if I'm not doing that for my family? Like we gotta stop like shaming trying to make money because that's just what it is. But are you good at it?
Yep.
Are you bringing value? Am I giving you advice that's going to be life-changing? Is your family going to be screwed or not when you die? Because you met this, right?
Yep.
So, like, bring real value is more important than, like, man, it's all about the money.
Yeah, I get what you mean, man.
Right.
Because, like, there is so much more to insurance. I mean, it's everything.
Yeah.
basically the ultimate backup plan, the ultimate safety net. Because like you never know what's gonna happen to you, man. It's like
No.
all it just takes is just like, I mean, touch wood lah. Like hopefully this never happens to anyone. Where it's like you just turn around a corner, you never know what can hit you.
Yeah.
Ah,
And the stigma thing also, I feel like it's a generational thing, right? Because back then, the only way to succeed, like for majority of people, is memang to get a good job and
Yeah.
graduate. But it's a generation thing, and now things are changing.
Yep.
See, the aspiration for a lot of people nowadays is to start a business, right? It's a wave,
Yep.
Is everyone gonna make it? Probably not.
Nope.
Is everyone going to make it in the corporate world? Probably not. But the wave is changing, and even like university enrollment pun is reducing because people feel, okay, do I really have to go through that path? So things are changing, right?
Yep.
And so I think the adoption and the acceptance level for the industry as a whole also has been increasing like crazy. In the last 5 years, I would say we're living in the golden age of insurance in Malaysia, in my personal opinion, because the recruitment numbers are crazy, the sales numbers are crazy, people adoption and awareness is high, and it makes sense because if you look at the developed countries, their penetration rate for insurance is super high. On average, people will have like 3, 4, 5 policies.
Yep.
If you look at Japan or like even Singapore pun much higher, but for Malaysia, not even on average each person ada satu policy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And so if we're talking about like going to a developed nation, we're gonna grow as a country, confirm people will need insurance.
Yep.
You just look at the stage, you look at whatever kan, memang there's a trend, and so that's why I feel like the whole stigma thing is reducing, and people are actually acknowledging that this is a real career that I can develop in.
Alright, okay. So because I think because when we were studying in high school lah, macam perdagangan ke apa kan, the thing about insurance that we learn about insurance is bukan untuk membuat keuntungan. Which is true. It's like macam like you have insurance, it's not to make, you're not trying to make money from
mean when you buy insurance? Yeah,
when you buy insurance, you're not trying to make money from it. You're providing a safety net for yourself, right? Because as I said just now, we never know what can happen, man. And like it's not just us anymore. It's like some people have kids, some people have parents. You don't want to get them stuck with burden. So just give us like a short, like not sales pitch lah. Kalau jangan sales pitch sangat lah. Like, what do you offer like from the insurance point of view? Macam, is it home insurance? Is it car insurance? Is it
right? So like personally, me, I do every kind of insurance, right?
Alright.
So I have an insurance agency with agents under me. So district, we have about 100 people now in the team.
Cool.
And so that's the life insurance portion. I also do general insurance. General insurance is like fire, travel, motor. So I memang like insurance, so that's why I do everything. But not everyone has to do that or would want to do that. So lots of them do mainly life insurance. And so there's a lot of niches actually inside the whole industry that people don't realize. Like you don't have to sell just the same things. I know some people who specializes in the property side. That means they deal with mortgage consultants, and so when you buy a house, you need insurance, so they provide that side. And so it's more on the property punya angle.
Understood.
Ada some people yang go to the angle of like wealth distribution, and so diorang pun buat sekali dengan, I know it could be like wasiat or something like that. So that's what they want to focus in. Can they sell medical card? Of course they can, but that's what they want to focus in, right? And so ada juga orang yang macam want to focus on the health aspect, like macam you cakap vitality kan. So the health aspect, you have insurance need to make sure that if anything happens, you get sick. But what's more important, you keep yourself healthy so that you don't even need to use it in the first place.
Exactly.
Right. And so like what you want to focus on, the angle is important. Like what I like to focus on right now, the main thing I do is recruitment training, and also we do a lot of corporate business like employee benefits. So that's what I like. So you don't have to do everything. Tak perlu nak semua benda nak buat. Carilah you punya market. Kalau you punya market maybe speaking to a group of koperasi, or then selling them smaller plans ke apa, why not?
Exactly.
So that's why it's not a real competition as long as you know who your target audience is.
Understood.
Right.
So macam okay lah. This is me asking your opinion lah. So macam guys who always macam keluar main sports lah. There's a lot of like, I'm not saying that macam girls don't do that, macam orang yang pergi main futsal, yang main basketball, high risk sports lah, I would say. What kind of insurance would you recommend for them lah? Because because like the thing is, being healthy, like vitality, we'll go into that again later. But macam injuries, sports injuries yang memang can cause you like so much damage to your body. So macam like senang cerita lah. Siapa tak pernah dengar ACL injury?
I have ACL. I got operated on ACL. Yeah.
Oh, you got operated? Yeah, I didn't, man.
I mean, you as hell. I actually used to be. I used to play basketball a lot and football. Then after my ACL, I couldn't play as much. Yeah, so it does affect.
Yep. I understand. So like, macam what insurance would you recommend for those guys lah?
So if like full-time like professional athletes, they can't even take normal insurance
No,
plans.
obviously.
Like it's declined. Like they have to take special sports insurance. If they're doing it recreationally, they play futsal every week ke apa ke, kan, they do a bit of rock climbing dekat Camp 5 ke, stuff like that. Benda tu normal insurance dia orang boleh ambil. But everybody needs insurance. At least the first two policies you want to look at is medical policy. You want to make sure that you have a good limit. If a policy dah lama, which is more than before 2016, 2015 macam tu, the limit is probably on average people have like 80,000, 100K a year.
Yeah.
Okay? But now, limit on average is 1 million. So my clients semua memang 1 million and above. It makes a lot of sense because now, even if you see a 150K bill, you're not surprised. You'll just be like tengok Facebook, oh kesian dia, 150,000. It's not like macam, this treatment is 150K. No one is surprised.
Yep.
There was a viral bill that came out. It was like COVID treatment was like 346K or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so imagine if you had a medical plan from last time, and if you don't look at it, and the limit is 100K, if you get smacked with a 200K bill, the other 100K comes from your own pocket.
Yep.
And so that's what you want to look at. The medical limit has to be sufficient. The other thing is income protection, which this one, most people ramai tak ada. Medical biasa, income protection orang tak ada, which is, if you get to a critical illness, let's say something serious like cancer, whatever, you probably lose your job.
Yeah.
Right? So when you lose your job and you can't work in that period of time, when you don't have income, how do you keep on living? So you need a bunch of money that comes in for you to be able to sustain that life.
Yep.
Maybe you struggle with it 2 years, 3 years before you recover. So at least you have that to to pay for your lifestyle.
Yep.
Kalau tidak, yes, of course, medical semua jaga. Tapi you can't pay your house bills. You know, you're going to get kicked out, right? That's what happens. So, income protection to protect your income when you cannot work. Of course, kalau macam benda-benda biasa, kita boleh recover. But we're talking about the more serious stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, medical-wise, they think that just because they are the company punya, they're okay. But they don't realize that company punya coverage is only as good as your ability to work for the company.
Yeah.
Because the company coverage is renewed annually. I know this because like I told you guys, like this is what I sell. Renewed annually. So if claims terlalu tinggi, next year when the renewal comes, the company has to pay a high loading just to keep someone who's sick. So that's why when you go for a company, kadang-kadang interview this through a medical checkup kan. It's not so much that the company loves you. They want to check your medical checkup. But it's more like they want to make sure that you're not sick. You're not sick.
You're not a liability.
Because if you're sick, then they have to pay for that kan. And so we have clients yang was in oil and gas.
Mm-hmm.
Unlimited coverage. Very, very, very good coverage. And then suddenly ni kena cancer. And so the company kata, okay, take care, recover, go your treatment. Yeah, jaga, get well soon, semua benda kan. And then after a few months, they found out that he got worse. He got stage 4 and all that. Definitely he cannot go back to work. He got a letter saying that, sorry you're going through this thing, but based on the report kat sini, we found that you ada benda ni, unfit to perform your duties, so terminating you based on that ground.
So basically, it was termination lah.
Yeah, so people think that my company coverage is going to take care of me. Padahal when the worst thing happens,
that's why they let
it
you
disappears.
Go. Yeah.
Right? And so how did that person become our clients is because he realized, oh my God, now my whole family is exposed. And so he took on policy for the rest of his family. But himself, dah tak boleh ambil dah.
Yeah.
And so company coverage, always take it as a bonus. It is not something that you can rely on. It is just a bonus because you don't know where you're going to be. If you're going to something serious, like I said, it's gone. But what if now you also nak jadi entrepreneur like so many people kan? When you do your own business, you don't have any more, right?
Yeah, tak ada dah.
When you in between jobs, you don't have any more, right? And so that's the two main things lah. Income protection and health insurance lah.
Understood.
Right.
So okay, just one more insurance question, just
right.
Because like it is fun to learn more about this stuff lah. So macam apa beza insurance dengan takaful tu? Because like macam it always confuses a lot of people lah, including myself lah. Macam apa guna takaful dengan insurance, apa beza dia kan?
Okay, so I mean, when I say insurance, I mean because like there's two kinds lah, takaful and conventional lah.
Okay.
So when I say insurance, I'm also referring to insurance because some countries they call it Islamic insurance. So Islamic insurance and there's also conventional insurance lah. So when I say insurance, I hope you guys don't get me wrong lah. It also includes takaful lah. That's what I mean. But if you're asking in terms of the difference, takaful is Sharia compliant. So we basically do takaful lah. Kan? It's called.
You need a license for that?
Yes. So there's two different licenses. Satu is for conventional, satu is for takaful. So the difference is, simply put, insurance company, kalau if it's conventional, they are the ones who says that, okay, these are all the rules and regulations. If these things happen, we'll give you the money. Okay. So kalau you sakit macam ni, the contract says that kalau you sakit, you claim from the AIA, bagi you duit. So itu conventional. You and the client. But when it comes to takaful, it's kind of like a fund, right? So I'm holding a glass here, if you guys don't know, like a cup thing. This is like a fund. We call it tabaru. So everyone who participates basically puts money inside here, right? And so me, if I'm the company, I'm only managing this fund. I'm appointed as the manager of this fund. I am not the one that's insuring you. So I manage this fund. So this fund grows. When someone needs to claim, we take from here, pay you. You need a claim, we take here, pay you. And so that's the difference. In a way, when you take takaful, you're basically helping so many people because you have a contribution in this fund that is being used to pay other people's claims.
Understood.
When it's conventional, it's basically a contract between us
One
and
and
you.
one-on-one. It's a one-on-one contract.
So of course, outcome-wise, you might say it's similar, but if you are a Muslim and then you have a Sharia compliant option, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, plus also it's
a
more
no-brainer, right?
it's more security because like there's more people. The more people put in, the bigger the fund is.
The bigger fund is, you're helping so many people,
yeah.
And also the difference also like when this is the fund, if it grows, when there's an excess, it is actually being redistributed to policy owners. So like for me, every year, like so far, I get a surplus. They call it a surplus.
Okay.
That means okay, kita punya claim kita expect banyak ni, tapi tak banyak. So ambil sikit kita bagi kat semua orang. So I dapat. And so adalah some pros and cons. There's a lot of things, but there's that option. So if you have takaful, why not you take it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to the insurance punya wellness lah. Because
Right.
because like a lot of companies I'm not sure. I think maybe because like people were smart, getting more aware that macam health is not a short-term thing, it's a long-term thing. It's like macam, so that's where I think it was 2015, 2016 where the boom started. Like macam health was really going on. Macam the yoga was coming up, Pilates was exploding.
So many people became vegan.
Yeah, so many people became vegan. Unfortunately.
Why unfortunately?
Yeah lah, because like hello, protein, bro.
Yeah. So it became like a huge health awareness punya thing.
Yeah. So macam I'm glad that Prudential, AIA, semua they all jumped aboard.
Right.
And like macam like with AIA now, suddenly they also are in mental health now.
Right.
I mean, like, are you aware of that?
Yeah, of course.
So like macam like are you? I mean, like, do you have any details on like how or why they came up with that suddenly? Macam where did that come from?
I mean, I think it's the awareness of that happening, right? And so they make sure that one of the benefits too, you can use that for treatments when you go to psychiatrist ke, when you take medication ke. They add on that. I mean, it's a need lah, and also mental illness is the fastest growing illness in the world, right? At this moment, because the whole scenario right now, COVID also accelerated it. So it's not something that we are very much aware fully to macam mana nak deal with it. So I think it's more like this is a need in the market. This is what people are suffering from. If there a way that we can do it, then of course we do. So insurance is developed that way. All the products yang you mentioned tadi tu, dulu sebenarnya simple je. Insurance dulu is just basically, okay, kalau kau mati aku bagi duit. And then they're like, alright, you know what? If someone has a critical illness, they still cannot work. So what do we do? Okay, critical illness pun kita bagi. Hey, if you go to hospital, you cannot pay the bill, what do we do? There's this product. Okay, now if you go for treatment, kita bayar. So it's the same thing right now. Oh, someone mental illness is not covered. How can we cater to that, right?
Okay.
So it's basically like product development lah.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's kind of cool juga lah, because like it shows that macam these guys aren't just heartless people. It's not just
I mean, you gotta serve
the community some way or another, man.
I mean, if you do something that's important, definitely people will come lah.
Okay, I mean, like, I'm just hitting hard on this. Like, I'm shooting on these people because like macam they don't understand the need for it. Tau. I mean, like macam when you're young in your 20s, like but even people in their 40s and 50s pun don't want to have insurance, and like it's kind of scary tau, because. It's not it is a necessity in life, in a sense tau. In a way, memang necessity, because anything happens to you, it's just you out. All you just needs to happen is something happens to you. Who's gonna help you out? That's all.
But the good news is, I think we're moving towards that.
Yeah, we are moving towards that. Like. I mean, thank God lah, we are moving forward. And macam like
it's a cultural thing. Sebab dulu, masa you muda, uncle auntie cakap ambil insurance buat apa, rugi. Ni tak payah, ni semua ni tipu. Now the wave is uncle and auntie saying, kau tak ada insurance, kau gila. You faham tak? So like the pressure has changed, right? The wave has changed. So I believe in the next 5-10 years we're gonna see a huge, massive change. That's why like even like macam you cakap vitality tu, it happened because there's a need for that, right? Why are we focusing more on wellness now in terms of like staying healthy, staying fit? If you guys don't know, vitality is a proposition to reward people for staying healthy, right? So if you do your steps, you know, even when you sleep well, you get points. You eat well, you get points. You buy groceries, you get points. You know, so you do all these kinds of good activities. Go for a medical checkup, ke apa, you dapat points, and then you can actually get money from it. If you take policies, I get like a few hundred ringgit cash bonus every year for my policies.
Yeah, just by keeping healthy.
Yeah, keeping healthy. And every 2 weeks, I get a 10 ringgit voucher. The Vitality is just 10 ringgit a month je I bayar. Tapi every 2 weeks I get 10 ringgit. That one itself pun dah dapat duit kan, dah untung. Tapi on top of that, I get all these other benefits. Dia ada macam discounts for like a Fitbit and all that kind of stuff. So it's a whole health proposition. And what people don't know as well, actually Vitality is not even AIA punya. Vitality is a huge company in South Africa which focuses on this proposition.
Oh, okay.
And AIA is the apa ni?
Partner lah,
the official punya partner for this region lah.
Okay.
So it's a whole company focuses on this initiative tau.
Wow.
So that's why it's so integrated. That's why the benefits also seeps into our policies. Like our policy actually says if you're Vitality Platinum ke Gold ke Bronze ke apa kan, these are all the benefits. And so it's very, very much integrated. The reason why, simple. Rather than I bayar claim because you're sick, lebih baik I reward you because you're healthy.
Exactly.
Kalau you sakit, I kena bayar 200,000. Kalau you sihat, let's say bagi tiap-tiap tahun dapat 1,000 ke apa benda ke. Lagi murah, betul tak?
Memang pun.
So it just makes a lot more sense. Right? And you're not sick.
You work for the chances of you actually using your claim is less and less and less.
I mean, you can't be like celebrating because I'm sick because I get claimed 200k when you can stay healthy instead, right?
Exactly.
So it's a win-win-win situation. Everybody wins.
Exactly.
Right? So I personally am a Vitality Platinum member. Saya kena cakap kan.
Cakap
nanti orang ingat aku sembang je. Platinum, I work for it, okay?
So pergi gym tak petang ni?
Aku pergi gym in my own condo.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't sign up for a membership, but there's lots of ways for you to get the points lah. So
Okay.
I did do my assessment, health assessment, food assessment, stuff like that. It's actually pretty easy to get to platinum. You just have to have the discipline lah. And also it's very much a community thing because in the app itself, dia ada macam dia boleh add buddy-buddy kawan-kawan tau. Kita boleh challenge each other.
Yep.
Lepas tu aku boleh add Mike kan. Mike tengok Ikmal tiap hari pergi run kan. Aku ni pemalas, aku kena run juga ni.
Kena lawan ni, tak ada kalah ni kan.
There's that as well. Sometimes they have the challenges where if you have a group and then you do that challenge, you get more points, stuff like that lah.
And because like it's also one more thing, it's like you invite healthy competition because like macam I mean it's a good kind of competition. It's like macam we challenge each other to get better, to get healthier.
Betul.
So like that's why it's like macam I really wanted to invite you today because like Vitality is something that is it's macam like it's a very good program to me.
It's a game changer for sure. And also like, macam, to the point where I feel like if you are healthy and I mean if you're active, if you like regularly run, work out and all that, if you don't have Vitality, you actually rugi sangat rugi because you literally make money for staying healthy. If you're not the kind to work out, you're not the kind to do anything, you're not the kind to jaga semua, don't sign up for it lah because it's a waste of money for you. It's nothing.
But for those who like macam memang work out, memang pergi hiking apa kan, like, this is a reward, man.
Betul. And it doesn't have to be expensive. Even if you have an existing plan, if you take on a small plan, let's say like 30-40 ringgit a month, and then you get a plan, and then you take Vitality, you already can become a member and enjoy all these benefits.
Yep.
Right. So it is a great proposition. I'm thankful to AIA for that. It has also made me tiba-tiba nak rasa lagi healthy.
Yes.
So kita rasa pressure tau macam alamak, I'm running an agency. Lepas tu
I
tak
think it's
ada.
more important for you to stay healthy because now you have a family. So it's not macam kena hidup panjang bro.
Betul juga kan.
Kena hidup panjang.
Terus kan nak kena try, nak kena buat semua benda because you want to set a good example, right?
Yes.
Like, I'm serious about this thing. So that's why I appreciate the initiative and I feel like it brings the awareness lah. Kita punya icon pun ialah Nicole David and David Beckham. They're the face of Vitality, right?
Okay.
And so
I
love the whole proposition.
I know Nicole David. I know Bex was part of it.
Yeah, he is. He's our global Vitality ambassador.
Oh, okay.
Right. So like I appreciate the extent that they went through to have this proposition to push health and wellness.
All right. Okay. So I mean, I'm glad we cleared up on Vitality. It's like, if you guys want to sign up, please go find Icky. Just pergi cari dia. Pergi je cari dia. Tak susah mana nak cari dia lah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean like we'll let them know how to contact you lah. Okay, macam Instagram ke Facebook dia ke apa, like we'll let you know. But for now it's like macam you in insurance, like how did you come up with Catalyst? Like honest, like it's your own business, isn't it? In a sense,
right? Okay.
Yeah. So how did that come to be? Because there was one day I woke up Facebook and like you and your wife was semua macam like Catalyst. I was like macam the only Catalyst I know is from Heroes. When like if you watch the series like Heroes zaman dulu ni.
I think I wasn't born yet lah bro. I think your generation.
No, it was 2000 plus. Aku ajar.
Budak-budak sekarang tak faham semua benda ni.
Okay, so anyway like that's the only Catalyst I know lah. Macam something yang akan membantu kita ke atas.
Right.
That's all lah.
So Catalyst is someone or something that causes a big change, right? So I actually didn't come up with the name. If you guys don't know the structure of the business is when you become district manager, basically you spin off from your leader.
Yeah.
right? And so you spin off, biasanya orang akan do their own thing lah. Let's say you were recruited by me kan. So bila you jadi same level as me, you run your team. But actually the guy who brought me into the business, Raja Faizal, he wanted to have an agency name that everybody can relate to, that everybody can feel proud of, right? So that's why he came up with Catalyst. And so when I came in, even though like I was bawah dia masa tu, I carried that name. And so when I became promoted, like when I got promoted, we are at the same level. Actually, I can just spin off, but we've decided to work together instead and build on this brand and the type of culture that we want because we relate to each other very well.
Understood.
And so I actually carried the brand that he named. And so when I came in, itulah yang I terus push on this kind of stuff. So I'm very good at like all this stuff lah kan. Marketing materials, do the branding, recruitment.
Advertising background, hashtag
So he's great in terms of like he's a great personal producer as well. He's someone who's been in MDRT many years.
Okay.
You know, someone who's very established. Basically doesn't have to work anymore. So we work very well together because of his expertise. And I come in pun, that's why we have a good collaboration. So Catalyst actually came from that. Just like you, I was like, whoa, nama menarik. Apa benda ni kan? And so bila we buy into that, I really bought in and I believe what it stands for. So we develop everything else lah, our values, our vision, our mission, and now it is what it is lah.
So you have 100. This is one that you have 100 agents under you?
Yeah, about 100. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, like that only started in two years ago. I'm not saying it was before the pandemic lah. I think it was 2018.
You mean
I've when you started it? When Catalyst came?
Catalyst started 2014. Right, because Raja Faizal has been a manager way before.
Oh, okay.
Right, so he's been having his team for a while. So when I got promoted, then barulah I have my team semua dia, tapi kita work together lah.
Yeah. Sorry, I think this pandemic has really thrown my chronological like memories.
Evidently.
Yeah, it's macam semua benda kau lupa. Semua salah entah bila, like when is when.
Yeah. So the idea here is if we build a good foundation where people believe in the values, nanti bila diorang naik pun, they pun are proud to be a catalyst. So that's what it's about. If you see my t-shirt, it says be a catalyst, is because everybody in the team, we want them to be proud of being part of this thing. So when they become they're also part of Catalyst. It's a whole movement lah. All right, so make a real difference lah.
Okay. I mean, this is not a shot at you or whatever lah, but during the pandemic lah, when COVID was going on and everything, like what did the insurance companies all do to benefit the community lah? Macam like, did they do anything? Right. Macam like,
man, I mean, I just
gotta ask.
They've been so integral in this, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, they had a fund to pay for COVID tests, test kits, right? And so like the insurance punya association semua came together, pulled in money and did that. There's also free coverage for COVID, where kalau orang get hospitalized, they get money every single day. Kalau death because of COVID, they give money 10,000, 20,000. So the whole industry as a whole has been super supportive of this whole thing. Right, and so are the donations that's been given out for this kind of reliefs, and so even when the vaccination came out, right, people like so scared of getting vaccinated. So what the company did is to ensure people that if there's a side effects from COVID, we will pay for the treatment.
You mean from the vaccine? You mean
from the vaccine COVID vaccine?
Okay.
If they say there's a side effect, the treatment is covered, right?
Wow.
And so like, you know, this is a whole company, whole industry coming together. Ada yang macam start dulu, I launch dulu kata, tapi what I'm happy about is that people followed suit. Different companies also did it as well, and even like macam nak cover dulu sebenarnya. If you guys don't know, if you're policy owner sebenarnya, I can't speak for other companies because I don't really know. But for AIA, for example, actually the policy doesn't have to cover you for COVID.
Yeah.
It is a communicable disease. Actually, it's excluded. But because of the spirit of community kan, kita nak protect people semua benda.
Exactly.
They decided to say that even if it's COVID pun will cover the treatment. And so it was covered. Orang bayar. Kalau tidak sebenarnya tak perlu cover tau. Can you imagine how many people couldn't have been treated for that? And so after that, mula-mula is pay and claim. And then suddenly went out and said, it doesn't have to be pay and claim anymore. Kita boleh terus issue guarantee letter.
Wow.
It's huge. I mean, this is of
huge.
course a big cost to take on for insurance companies. So I really applaud them and thank you so much. I mean, I'm not speaking on behalf of insurance companies, not even the one I represent. Okay, these are all my personal views. But I mean, I'm very thankful for what they've done lah, because I think it has helped people have more confidence in getting vaccinated and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good thing because like once again, it's just common proof that macam these like insurance companies are not like, you know, heartless corporate.
If you're a company and you're not trying to make money, something's wrong with your company.
Yeah, something's wrong. It's like
but bring value.
Yeah. I think that's the thing that macam like a lot of people like don't understand. Macam like, yes, a business is to make money, but what are the values that help them make money?
Right.
Because like, macam, that's why people like in the 60s, 70s they go for family business because there were values behind that. Like you support the community, support the community.
Right.
I think that insurance just got a bad rap lah when it first started, I guess. But now it's like macam ada perubahan.
To some people, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, to some people. I mean,
To you, evidently, there's a bad rap.
Mana ada tu? It's like macam aku support tau. Okay, vitality juga tau. Just saying.
Vitality. Kita tanya lagi status apa vitality?
Status. What's the lowest one again?
Alamak.
Bronze.
Consistently bronze.
Consistently bronze. Alah, pergi workout je.
Senang je bro. Nanti I will challenge you in the app.
Jahat, aduh. Okay, so unfortunately we're almost out of time. So I have only one last question.
Right.
So since like this business is running like on a very full-time basis, right? It's already like this is your life now, right?
Yeah, this is my full-time business.
Any chance of you going back to rapping?
I funny that you asked that. Actually, we have a rap song for Catalyst. It's launching in January.
I swear to God, that was not known to me. I just asked for the fun of it because
we literally have a rap song. Like
Okay.
It's sort of like our theme song. It's with like my brothers on it as well.
All right.
Yeah, it's called Catalyst, and yeah, that's my passion. I do want to make music, continue want to do that. But yeah, funny that you asked that.
Yeah, it's just too funny. I didn't expect that answer at all, man. Like,
we got like a legit producer, man. Like produced by Wolfie. If you dengar some of the local music right now pun, he's produced for a lot of artists dekat Malaysia pun, and got like a legit producer to make the beat and everything. So it's like a legit song, right? It's like a full on song, kan?
You got any of the lyrics in your head?
I mean, I think I'll show you. You can
I mean, like, you can just like, if you don't mind sparing a few words,
you can find Mama Ikmal Nasir Catalyst, right? And on Spotify, on Apple Music and everything. Mama Ikmal Nasir Catalyst.
Okay.
It is on Spotify and everything. It's on all the platforms already lah. It's just that the video yang belum keluar.
Alright, cool, man. I mean, bro, thank you so much for coming today. Like, terima kasih sangat-sangat.
Thank you. If you guys are curious about whatever that I just said, you can check out on Instagram at Catalyst Group Malaysia. Catalyst Group Malaysia, or Facebook, same thing as well. Mine is Muhammad Ikmal Nasir at MOHDIKMAL NASIR on Facebook as well.
Yeah. Do hit him up if you want. If you have any questions whatsoever for Icky, please go ahead. He will answer. I know this guy. He's very open. He will definitely answer all your questions that is necessary lah.
Yeah.
Necessary saja. He's taken, guys. Okay, girls. He's taken. Just saying lah. Okay. I don't want to get in trouble, bro. I don't want to get in trouble. So, guys, I just want to say thank you so much to Icky. Thank you so much for spending your morning with me. I know you had a troublesome morning tadi.
Nah, it's good. It's good.
So, rumah dah settle dah,
Everything is good, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it. I love what you guys are doing over here. SihatSihat, trying to push like this whole health movement. I think that's very, very important, and I'm happy to be here to at least raise some awareness.
All right. Thank you so much for Icky for joining us today. I'm Mike Azmin. This is another episode of Sembang Sihat by SihatSihat. I'll see you guys. I'm signing out.
Ciao.
Ciao.